Hey, welcome to the vlog. This week we are going to do some fun things. We're also lacking in some stuff, but we'll start making up for it in the future. It's 6 p.m. on January 25th, 2023. It's a Wednesday. We're definitely gonna cook something fairly simple and honestly not entirely mine, which by the way, I'm about to make some bacon for it. I just needed to get it started. So, you know, we're just gonna throw it in the oven. Nice thick cut, double cut, center cut, whatever, smoky bacon. And that probably needs to go about 25 minutes, and that's why Mary's already home. So it's like, I need to get the bacon going, so I'll make everything else. So we'll get to the food. But anyways, I like to remind people that I do time code these vlogs, because not everything is everybody's cup of tea. So you can look for those time codes, jump around, jump back and forth, watch your favorite parts, or skip things you don't like, whatever you want to do in that regard. So look for the gaps in the timeline player, or open the description. Look for those blue numbers. Echo, set timer for 25 minutes. Avatar. So that's how you can, navigate these vlogs. Now, again, I do all this for fun. We're gonna have a big music segment in here. I'm gonna tell you a lot of things, because a lot of moving and shaking, a lot of great stuff happening in the music things. I may have got a new baby. I know. We'll talk about it. What we will be probably lacking in here is that Mary and I have not really watched a whole lot. We watched a lot of junk TV. We haven't really watched any movies since last week, because of course we were giving our break until the Oscars, and now it's starting. So I gotta get that list together. Maybe Mary and I can talk about the Oscars. We'll talk about maybe Little Lord of the Rings, things like that. I will make a cocktail, haven't figured out what yet. And yeah, so there's that. Now I gotta get set up for the cooking. Kind of making the same thing, but two different versions of the same thing. We'll get to it. I'll explain it all in a minute. Let's do it. By the way, oh yeah, but more importantly, check out my my website might be up. No, I don't think it'll be up by the time this comes out, but should be very soon, TheEricButts.com or TheEricButts.com. You can find everything there. In the meantime, I have a link tree, so if you want to do linktree.com, EricButts, you'll find all my music links, all my merch links, social media links, all that stuff and more. So definitely check that out, and definitely, again, I beg you, please go follow me on Spotify. Give me Spotify plays, put me in playlists. Just check my stuff out if you haven't. You might like it. The new stuff is gonna be killer. I'm already working on even more, and we'll get to all that in a minute, but I could really, really use your help. I'm starting on a new social media platform, essentially, and I wanna get those numbers up enough that as I start dropping new stuff, it'll have a little bit more impact, and then eventually it'll start taking care of itself. I won't have to quite beg you for so much. But I do appreciate everybody that's been checking it out so far. So anyways, TheEricButts.com, linktree.com, TheEricButts.com, all that. And then all those links are in the description as well. Okay, I'm hungry, let's cook. Okay, so we got about 15 more minutes on that bacon. So we're gonna make two types of burgers today. Now, both of them have something that's already been made. One thing I made, one thing I didn't. But I'm gonna give you some suggestions and ideas too. So it's something I've been wanting to make for a while. But first, let's talk about, I'm gonna make Mary a burger. And I kind of made these the other day. They were really good. I made them as half-pound burgers. It's a bit much. So I'm gonna do a quarter-pound smash burger. We're gonna make her a bacon, Swiss, mushroom, and onion burger. That's the thing though, is I've already made the onions and mushrooms. I just sauteed a bunch. So if I can remember what I did, I took about a pretty large sweet onion, stripped it up, and about a pound of white sliced mushrooms. And I put like maybe 2 tablespoons of butter and a tablespoon of oil in the pan, let that melt. Got the onions in there sauteing for hit it with a little salt, and then about 5 minutes later, put in the mushrooms, a little bit more salt, 2 tablespoons balsamic vinegar. I probably could have used a little sugar, but I did not use the sugar. And then I sauteed that maybe another 5 minutes, and then we have these leftovers. So I'm gonna put some of those in a bowl, warm them back up in the microwave. I've got my deli Swiss cheese. We do have Angus 80/20. That's the other thing with the burgers the other day. I didn't make them, got a pound of that there. I had regular ground beef, poor me. We're gonna mayo toast the buns, and she's gonna get a little mayo on the mushroom Swiss. We're using the Pepperidge Farm Artisan bakery bread. This is one of my favorite buns when I'm doing fancier things. And then for me, I'm gonna make a thing I've wanted to make forever, which I'm calling, I'm not calling it, I didn't create this, it's just something, so my buddy Otter, Chef Otter, you've seen him on the channel, he made this amazing, he makes all these hot sauces. This is a blueberry hot sauce, and it's really good. I think it's blueberry and habanero, I've had it for a while. And as soon as I tasted it, I knew I needed to try something with it. So I'm going to make a peanut butter bacon blueberry burger. I know some of you are like, wait, what? Some of you might not even realize that peanut butter and bacon go amazing together. Some of you have probably never had peanut butter on a burger. It's really, really good. And if you don't get this hot sauce, find a blueberry hot sauce if this works. Also, I just had the thought, sriracha might work if you don't want to do a hot sauce, because sriracha and peanut butter and bacon, chef's kiss. Also gonna mayo toast my buns. I'm not gonna put any condiments on it, I'm not gonna do cheese on mine either. 1/4 pound smash patty, we'll melt a little peanut butter onto there. You'll see what I'm gonna do there. And a couple strips of bacon, then we're gonna hit the bun. The condiment is the blueberry hot sauce. So that's the plan. So that's why I had to get that bacon rolling. So let's bring you down. I think you know most of these ingredients. I just walked through everything. So we're pretty much gonna prepare the patties, I believe. We're gonna make ourselves, I'm just gonna eyeball it though. So, just get it roughly. I got some plates up ready for our buns. I do have I'll show you in a minute. I got a cooling rack with a bunch of foil under it because I'm gonna need to do something. I'm doing something a little bit differently today. Let's get my ring out of my way so I don't get it all greasy. And of course, I do like to glove up. I know that, different people do different things, and if you're like a professional chef in a kitchen, you ain't gonna be gloving up all the time. You're just gonna wash your hands. But I have fairly severe eczema at times, and it hits my hands a lot, so it's good to keep my hands dry and not have to wash them too much, or else they start getting really uncomfortable. So again, just gonna kind of eyeball this, not looking to get perfect. Get up under here. Just kind of take that in half-ish, and take that in half-ish. That seems right. I'm gonna prep for 4 burgers here, and I'll probably cook a couple off camera and just put them in the fridge and eat them later this week. Just don't overwork your meat. That is one trick for great. You want to get good, really good meat, and then just don't overwork it. You want it to be tight enough to make sure it forms and holds, but I think those two might be slightly larger than these, but whatever. That's pretty good. Yeah, just be gentle with your balls. Just, gently cup them and caress them. Roll them around in your hand, feel the texture, let it tickle a little. Just don't smack the ball. Well, I guess some people like the smacking of the balls. I'm not a big ball smacker. I'm not the meat smacker on the Ralph Report, or the meat slapper. I'm not the meat slapper on the Ralph Report. So there we go. These back two, definitely a little bit bigger. I'll make that one mine. All right. Get rid of this. So, next up, let's go ahead and start prepping our buns. Oh, we got we still got like 10 minutes. That's fine. I'm trying to time this well. We'll see if I do that or not. And these buns are definitely still good. They ain't stale yet. Good. No moldy. Everything looks fine. Yeah, let's see. Let's get the tools I need in the right places here. I have to get some more mayo soon. I'm running through. It's amazing how much I run through these days. Mostly due to toasting, of course. All right, so again, you can do butter. I like an eggy toast. Mary and I kind of have both become converted to the church of mayo toasted things. Occasionally still do a buttery toast of something. Still want to try the grilled cheese where I do mayo on the inside to make the cheese gooier, but then do butter on the inside, outside, so you get the best of both worlds, ideally, theoretically. So someday we'll test that theory. And yes, we will be finishing the tournament of Toasties. I will tell you this, in case I haven't, Mary and I have already been filming it. Mary and I have filmed our side of it, and we've already filmed some chefs, and we've got some other people coming in, get some more opinions. So it's just a matter of finding the time to do that. Especially when I'm more focused on all the music stuff. But man, the music stuff is so awesome and so much fun. I'm so happy. I think y'all can tell, I'm usually very happy anyways, but somehow I'm even happier these days. Jack can tell. That's why Jack's being more and more a cuddle buggy. He's like, Daddy's not stressed. He's awesome. Awesomer than he usually is. Right, Jack? He leaves, goes downstairs. Okay. There's a toast. There's a bun ready for toasting. Okay. We'll talk about Oscar stuff later. I was about to tell you, I'm gonna sneeze. I was about to tell you something, then I thought, well, no, I'll save that for that part of the video. And then I want to talk about music stuff, but I'm like, no, save that for that part of the video. Well, here, I tell you what, yesterday, Azur, I almost filmed it for you. Pasta night. Also, oh my God, Azur has, Chef Jeremy and the whole company, they're very excited. They, as they do every now and then, they refresh their main menu. You know, I mean, again, I've talked about one of the things I love is there's always specials. So you kind of never know what you're gonna get in the best of ways. But they have fully refreshed their main menu. And my God, some of the new stuff on there. So Dad and I overindulged a little yesterday because we had to try their new calamari, which is like mixed with a garbanzo bean relish that it's like, wow, those two things together are pretty phenomenal. And there's so many other things we definitely want to try. They have this interesting mahi-mahi appetizer now and stuff. So we'll get to that anyways. Otter made an amazing rock soup. And then of course it was pasta night with the fabulous $25, you get a nice little Caesar salad. You get a glass of red or white wine from a few to choose from, and you get an amazing pasta dish. And when we got there, we didn't know what we were getting last time. Because they were so excited about the new menu, they kind of forgot to promote pasta night. And we got there and we looked at it and it's like, rigatoni, meatballs, red wine sauce. I mean, that sounds okay. And of course I'm like, you know, listen, it sounds kind of dull, but it's them and it's gonna be amazing. And I almost talked myself out of it so I could try some new menu items. Boy, I'm glad I didn't. Well, I say that, but then I woke up and weighed myself today and because it was some of the best bread I've ever had. There's always a big chunk of bread. They make fresh bread to go with it. And it was delicious. And there's a funny story about that. I'll get to in a second. She's gonna need that on there, so we'll work with that. Okay, but man, Popcorn had made the red wine sauce. It was amazing. Jeremy Ashby's, Papa Ashby's meatballs, fantastic. And, you know, and again, fresh rigatoni right there. It was amazing. But my God, I'm so full. But the funniest thing is the bread. Like, everybody there, our server buddy Kyle came over. He's like, oh my God, they made this bread. Even when I booked it, which is a whole other thing, I don't usually have to get a reservation, but that's a different story. But we got there, like when I was booking it, the host was like, they were like, oh yeah, they're making bread, so yeah, I'm assuming you're coming in for pasta night. I was like, oh yeah. And then we get there and Kyle's like, dude, they're making this bread. And then Taylor, one of the other servers, comes. I was like, oh my God, the bread they've made. I was like, all right, fine. And then Chef Jeremy comes out and talks to me and he's like, oh, you guys getting pasta night, right? Because of bread. I was like, yeah, we're getting it. We heard. So I thought all that was really cute. And boy, they weren't wrong. It was delicious. All right, so I'm just trying to get some of this in here. We're just gonna give it a nice little warm up in the microwave, basically. When we're ready. We're not quite ready to do that just yet. We're mise en placing here. And the cheese will come later. Okay, the peanut butter will come later. So I think everything is good to go. By the time I get these buns toasted, the bacon will probably be about ready. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a little look-see. Excuse me. Get this stuff out of the way here. I learned it by watching you! I don't need knuckle hair. That's how you know, they say you see a chef's hand, they don't have knuckle hair. Oh, by the way, I ain't getting into the politics of any of it, but this gas burner thing is silly. I mean, maybe there's some science or whatever, but pretty much any chef is going to tell you that, yeah, gas, you want to cook with gas. It's more even, you can do more with it. But whatever, I don't know. I'm not an expert enough. I'm just saying, it's like, I'm very happy to have gas burners. I lived with electric burners forever, and I never really liked them. Oh, that bacon is looking pretty lovely. We're just gonna let it go that extra 3 minutes though while this pan heats up. I'm gonna go on a little over medium heat here. And you know what I'm gonna do real quick while this is warming up? Because I liked this last time. It was accidental, but I'm actually gonna put just a little dollop of oil in here before we get started and kind of wipe it out, just to kind of grease the bottom of the pan. I think it helped keep the buns from kind of sticking and burning a little bit. There we go. Hooky dokey artichoke. Ugh. All right, this show is about to get on the road. The holiday road, holiday road. See, don't you want to go get my music with singing like that? Give that just another minute. The heat's almost there. Actually, oh no. Hi. The bacon. Video canceled. Mary and I have things to do.
No, I need my knobs.
That's true.
I don't want knobs unless you got knobs, hon.
You don't get these buns without knobs. So, we'll workshop it.
Oh, do you need this space over here?
We might by the time we eat, but not right now.
No, that's okay.
All right, I'm gonna start putting down the buns for toasting. Probably should let the pan get a little hotter. Ha! Gotcha!
God damn it!
I am the king of the earworm! All right, we're gonna push that in a little bit. Try to get everything to make a little contact.
No! Okay, come on here. Let me move on to someplace where you can more easily get gloves.
I want lovin's.
You're busy.
That's true. The story of my life. Alright, I'm gonna move these plates back out of the way for a minute. You ready to get this bacon out?
Go in.
Whoop!
DJ, hi.
How are we doing here? 13 seconds. Oh, it smells good. Holiday bacon, 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 bacon. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it! Echo, dismiss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I think I nailed it. What? Well, we're gonna camera over. You're gonna see this. All right, let's let you see this. It looks awesome. Yeah, baby. And you can see the cooling rack setup I got over here too, so. Well, I guess we can stay over here for now because all the cooking's really gonna go on here. Well, not necessarily because you're gonna wanna see me put these back on a plate, so. We'll do that. My camera controller there. So actually what I'm gonna do, oh, that's right, I can use the plan here is I'm actually gonna let these go on the cooling rack. Because when I did it last time, I do kind of flip them and toast the bottoms a little bit. But then they sat on a plate and they got a little steamy and soggy. So I'm gonna set these on the cooling rack when I'm done instead of the plate so they can hopefully retain a little bit of their beautifulness. And again, I'd say with the top buns, you really wanna kind of get the middle down because that's the part that tends to have trouble actually toasting. Oh, I guess I could turn off the oven too. stop. Ruby. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's almost showtime. I think these might be getting close-ish. Yeah, also if you're in Lexington too, we have this other little hidden spot that we love called Maddie's Peruvian Cuisine. Sometimes they can be a little slow and a little confused, but my God, the food, they always make sure the food is worth it. We have this thing, I forget the actual name, but it's like a pesto coated pasta. It's so good. You get it with steak or beef or chicken, with it's like mixed with these vinegar, tomatoes, and onions that are sauteed. It's so tasty. All right, how we working here?
Okay, I have something to say. So I'm just checking my emails.
Ooh, yeah, that's looking good.
And I had an unexpected refund from Chewy.
Uh-oh.
So I hadn't asked for a refund for anything, but I had recently reviewed something and gave it 1 star.
Oh, I remember this. I was like, you ever get that 1 star?
Yeah. Well, because it really just didn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, let me grab the item, because I still have it.
Look at all this. I got this just about perfect. Now that is some toasty buns. So I'm gonna put these over on the, hold on, let me do this part.
Okay.
So like I said, I'm gonna let these sit on the cooling rack. I am gonna put the buns together though, so they will maintain some of their heat. And I'm gonna try to get these breadcrumbs out. I don't have that much in here this time, Groovy. Okay. All right, show it real quick and then I'm gonna get these burgers on.
So this is a slow feeder mat. You see all the little nubs and stuff inside, so you press the food down in there so that the critter can't scarf it up in 3 seconds. These are just a little too close together for the cats to really be able to fish the food out of. So I was like, this doesn't work. And they refunded me, I think, the full price of this, and I had gotten this on sale. But I had also gotten a Yoda one like this, and same problem, so I was like, okay, I even out.
Nice. Cool.
So, thank you, Chewy.
Yeah, thank you, Chewy. Not Chewy, the other one. All right, let's get these meats in. Actually, these are smash burgers. Let's take this up to a medium-high heat. Use this hand since I didn't have a chance to wash it. We'll get a little seasoning going. Hey. And we're gonna mash.
He did the mash. He did the burger mash. The burger mash. I have nothing after that. It was a frying pan smash.
Not bad. I gotta give you credit. That's not bad. All right, so this should only go about like 3 minutes per side, roughly. So let's get Mary's cheese ready for when we flip in a minute. Get a couple slices out. Oh yeah, this should melt a lot nicer than last time too, nice and fresh. All right, let's get her mushroom onion mixture heating up a little. Echo, set timer for 3 minutes. Should have done that sooner. Yeah, because these are already... I'm gonna give you the smaller one, is that okay?
That's fine.
I mean, I've got 2 more I'm gonna make anyways, so. Move this out of the way so they get all splattery. Okay. We're off to the races. So I did 25 seconds on that onion mixture. And that actually probably did it, but that certainly loosened it up and reheated the butter and stuff. But let's actually give it another 15 just so it's not cold on our burger. 20, let's go 20. Oh yeah, those are coming along nicely. I'm not even sure I need 3 minutes per side on these, honestly. Okay. 2, 1. Mushroom mixture done. Groovy. Woo. Do 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 do. I feel like I should go ahead and flip. Again, smash patties go so much faster. Yeah, that was almost 3 minutes, honestly. Is it gonna release? I don't know, maybe I need to go a little bit longer, actually. If I recall, it releases when sear is done. But I might be thinking something else, so. Don't mess yours up. There we go. Echo. Set timer for 3 minutes. All right, now let's get your Swiss on. Okie dokie. Gonna get me my peanut butter ready here. Extra knife on standby in case I need to put more on. Echo, dismiss. This is looking awesome. Oh, I'm so excited about these.
Yay!
I'm a little jealous about Mary's.
Yay!
I wonder what I'll do with the other two. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna cook them. Am I gonna go ahead and cheese them? I'm gonna wait on the cheese? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna like this so much I'm gonna be like, fuck, I'm having another one. I should not. Yeah, but he ain't gonna come over. Not, especially not in this nasty weather. Actually, no, he'll want one, but trust me, we both did a number in Missouri yesterday, and he actually can not eat today, or at least when I say not eat, I mean eat something very light. I almost feel like I need a lid for this other piece of cheese, but it's starting to go. Yeah, by the time I pull mine off, hers should be pretty nice and melty. Okay, now at this point I am going to move the camera over a little bit because I'm going to try something here and we're going to see how well it works. So that way you can see all this. All right. All right, I got a feeling mine is nice and good here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that one released right up. I'm going to go ahead and put mine on the cooling rack. Oh geez, almost. That's not good, Eric. Come on. We're going to let Mary's go just a second longer. I'm going to go ahead and put a dollop of the peanut butter. Oh, that's way too much. On top of mine, so like hopefully the heat kind of melts it down. Maybe. Come on. There we go. We'll work on spreading that out in here in a little bit. Now, yeah, let's get Mary's off the fire here. Oh yeah, that's good to go. Get that on the cooling rack. Echo, dismiss. Get at least the majority of the stuff up here while it's still nice and warm. Do a lot better if I didn't have a bunch of it on here. There we go. Ah, Jesus, did I really just gunk it right back up? I did. All right, we're gonna give that a couple minutes to cool. Come on, man. All right, I'm going to take that off the heat for now. Cook the others in a little bit. Okay, let me mush my peanut butter down a bit. Yep, groovy. And let's get some mayo on Mary's bun. Just want to come back over her.
Right back.
Now yours is just about ready. Here
I
it is.
know. I just want to grab something out of the mail before it gets too rainy.
Dude, your timing, okay, whatever, but I'm just saying, your timing is...
It's gonna be too hot to put in my mouth. Literally, I'm taking all of 2 minutes. Why the hell are you having the milk?
Because it's ready. It's like fucking ready. You waited till it was ready.
But it's, can I bite into it without burning my mouth?
Yeah.
So.
I think you can, but what do I know? I'm just the chef. Okay. Okay, so she wants bacon on her. Okay. And let's see. Bacon, okay. All right. Yeah, she's probably right. Honestly, it probably needed to cool for another minute anyway. Hi, Napoleon. Just hoping to catch some of the bacon grease drippings. I don't know what he's here for. Huh?
The thing that's supposed to be in the mail is not in the mail.
Has the mail run yet?
Yes.
Huh.
I saw the mailing.
Okay.
I'm a person. Anywho, is it one of the tax documents I've been waiting on, so.
Okay.
Where the fuck is it?
Alright, so let's start building. Yeah, let's go ahead and start building yours. I think it's good. And I'll get mine built fairly quickly here in a second. Bacon. She wants some bacon. Give me some.
Bacon!
Dang it. Okay, cool. Couple strips, I'm guessing.
What?
Couple strips, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Sure. Go just like that. Let's get her mushroom and onion mixture on here. Boom, nice for photos.
I'm sorry, I need to be scarfing that down right this second. I mean.
Hush, I'm gonna build mine too. Oh! You're right, I just panicked because I'm like, oh, it's pretty much go time, and that's when you decide to leave.
To get the mail.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's like, you just set it, it's like, just, why didn't you do it sooner? Anyways.
Because I just saw the thing from the USPS Postal Service saying I was supposed to have a tax document in there.
Okay.
Like, oh fuck, I need that.
Alright, oh no, my peanut butter's trying to, oh shit.
Oh, it is trying to escape.
Yeah, my peanut butter's trying to escape off my burger. I just realized, shit, I already have a knife. Fuck, I think I just put that in the wrong place in the panic.
So So peanut butter melts.
Well, no, I knew that. It just melts a little bit more than I was anticipating. All right, let me get my... I will show you what's going on, everybody. Hang on. Can you see? I'm just putting the burger on the bun.
Need a hand?
No, I can do it. What kind of chef would I be if I couldn't? Let's get me a couple strips of bacon on there.
Oh, yes, this can has bacon.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm tearing my bacon. I don't know if you can see this.
The boy says, yes, I do say that.
Here's my thing. Don't eat it yet. I need to. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were okay. I'm in that panic, like, let me plate mode. See, this is where I'm not a professional chef, because then it's like, oh, plating, fuck.
This is where you lose every reality competition.
Yeah, absolutely. That is an accurate description. Oh, yeah.
Behind.
Heard. And where's my bun top? There's my bun top. Okay, let me get the photo of this. We'll get some beauty shots. I'll let Mary get me a nice little thumbnail, and then we will eat. Okay. All right, so that's it. Let me cut. So yeah, here's a little close-up of Mary's. Looking nice, looking tasty, looking messy as fuck, but I'm excited. And then what I'm thinking, Mary, is if you want to come grab this, because I got a thumbnail. I know if the putties will. Yeah. Careful not to hit the Siri button, thank you.
Hey, Siri.
And then we'll be like, oh. Okay. Well, you want me to just do mine first here real fast?
Sure.
Get a bite of mine. I'm so excited about this. I got a really good feeling.
I got the feeling.
A little too much peanut butter. But
You overdid on peanut butter? What?
but that's pretty dang good.
So how's the spicy stuff?
It's a little spicy. Do you want to try? I mean, everything kind of cools it down. You might be able to handle it.
I like that might.
You're also not a huge peanut butter fan, but
Yeah. I will try a little bite off the corner.
okay. You know, I can.
Can you take
Oh,
that?
I think so. Sorry for the way I grabbed it, everybody. You see that tongue action?
Ooh, that is spicy. Not terrible yet, but it's building. Woo! Definitely building.
What do you think about peanut butter bacon burger? Not being a peanut butter fan. Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I just like, I don't think I would get one for myself because I feel like a whole one would be a bit much.
That's fair. Well, you might need to move Jack and you can try yours because, Jack, you can't have a bite. I'm sorry, buddy. This would be very bad for the baby. Yeah, if you make this, go like easily half as much peanut butter, but that's fucking good. Yours looks really tasty, I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Only pretty good. I'm just scarfing the fuck out of mine.
I think I've lost a lot of my mushrooms here.
No. Again, I keep forgetting, I really should put the mushroom and onion under the patty. But I think that's probably better than the last one. A little more balanced with you actually can taste the onion and mushroom since it's not quite as much meat.
Yeah. Last time was a bit much meat.
It was a half pounder. And I didn't flatten the patties enough so they were a little thick. But yeah, this works. You just got to get the right balance of the ingredients, but that blueberry stuff with the peanut butter on here. Pretty fantastic. And I got the burgers just fucking perfect, man.
Yeah. Yeah, these are really good, hon. You did good.
Sorry, I'm drooling over the image of your food. Okay, well, there you go. That's this week's food. Something to try if you haven't. But seriously, even if you don't have a burger, if you got like white bread, bacon, and peanut butter, that shit's dope. You can put hot sauce on that too. And fighting. All right, we'll move on to other things. All right, well, I'll do a little brief. Sorry, Dad's in the middle of having me try to troubleshoot something, and I don't know. I'll do a brief Last of Us talk. Mild spoilers, I guess. Maybe midnight. Anyways, we watched episode 2. It was great again. I am loving they're doing these opening like little mini prequel vignettes. Another chilling one, not quite as strong as the first one, but you know, with the doctor being brought in, that was really, really strong again. And then her revelation of what she thinks they should do to stop it. Whew. So I'm hoping they do that every episode, and like there's almost a little prequel mini movie you could build out of those. I think that'd be really cool. In a way, it kind of feels like what World War Z should have been, you know, kind of since the book was vignettes of things happening. So I'm digging the hell out of that. But the show itself, again, just some more really cool nods to the game, and just great storytelling and great characterization and some things you see coming. Some things changed slightly. And as a super fan, I mean, I had a tiny nitpick in a production design, but this is really just a tiny, stupid nitpick because that was me setting up my expectations for them doing something. And then I thought about it, and budgetarily, they kind of had to do it slightly different. Basically, certain things that were flooded in the game weren't flooded here, but they flooded something else. And then they have to traverse through a building, but it's not necessarily a crooked building, you know, so it's just those couple little things. But I mean, we're talking like a 1% deduction in it, you know? So I still enjoyed the hell out of it because they did still represent those things by having a different section flooded, which makes me wonder, technically, and I'm not going to ruin it, but what should happen next in the game? Are they going to do that? Or, you know, because water stuff is very expensive, and that would be a very expensive set. But man, I'd sure like to see it with the train, if you know what I'm talking about. The trains. But we'll see what happens there. However, they did do some amazing stuff, like going up a building and making jokes about their knees because they're not squatting like you would in the game. Or, you know, hey, give me a boost. And he actually, like, you know, gets the... Do I have peanut butter on my face from dinner? I do. Holy crap. I'm glad I hadn't filmed my trailer reactions yet. Damn. How... I even looked myself in the mirror. I totally missed that. Apparently, I have a skin tone of peanut butter. But yeah, so I really like the give me a boost and putting all that up there and everything too. And of course, I do like that since they're not doing spores, I like the tendril thing and the communication thing, because that's real. Okay, so why am I blanking on the girl's name? I know the character's name, not the young girl, the Marlene. Marlene? Or was that the other one? I think it's Marlene. Anyways, her fate, there is a moment in there, there's sort of a, again, keeping it not really spoilery, so you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a kiss, sort of? That felt a little awkward, but it also kind of makes sense. Like, it didn't ruin anything for me. But, yeah, also it's just super creepy. And what a great way to end the episode. So, just another fantastic, knocked it out of the park. Like I said, my only complaints are just things that I had hoped, I got real excited we were going to see, and they had to slightly change it just enough for me to be like, ah. But still very cool. Plus, we finally saw the clickers, and whoo, man, they are effective. So will we see Molotov cocktails? That's the next question. But again, no, loved this. Can't wait to see more of it. And I'll see more next week. And I guess maybe if I remember, I'll keep reviewing that for y'all. Cool. Let's talk about some other stuff. Hey, look who's here. So we don't, like I said earlier, we have not actually watched a movie in over a week. We haven't really watched a lot of narrative content because I have been trying to give her a break because I knew what was coming, which we'll get to in Oscar Talk in a minute. But before that, we did watch 2 more Lord of the Rings. And I will say I enjoyed this a lot more than I enjoyed the first time. So I'm starting to think, I think the first time I just really wasn't in the right mood or headspace But also, I think episodes 3 and 4 get better, and we're going to be very vague, non-spoilery. Honestly, it's just because we haven't watched anything else, and I thought we should talk about something we watched. The only thing I'll really say is it is a little more interesting because a lot of the characters their stories are starting to cross paths, it's starting to come together, you're starting to see where a narrative is going.
Yeah.
And I'm digging it.
Yeah, and if you know the Lord of the Rings in general, you're starting to like, oh, we're starting to get into that.
Yeah, so I don't know if we've talked about this on camera, but I've never read the
Silmarillion.
The Samwise Aurelian.
Mine is Silmarillion.
Okay. But she actually has.
I know I have not.
I thought you said, you've read chunks of it or something.
No, I have read, somebody online did the Silmarillion in 1,000 words. I've read that.
Ah, okay. Okay, well anyway, so everything I was going to say is wrong, so. Anyway, she does have a little more backstory about it than I do. But, you know, I mean, I'm really liking it. At least Galadriel's trying to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Her dude companion, for lack of a better term, has a really interesting story going on.
Yeah.
The Hardfoots are still my least favorite part. The elf side of things has gotten really interesting as it etches into something a little more sinister.
Yeah, well, is it the elf stuff or the dwarf stuff?
Well, the elf stuff. No, the elf stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, we're trying to stay vaguely spoiler-free here. But, because I was going to say, but the dwarf stuff is still really excellent. They found a certain thing, and it's like a big deal thing, and there's some very interesting story work going on there. Of course, he does have that elf friend. I think that's why you were maybe confusing my confusion.
Yeah. And you do know that they're in the mines of Moria, right?
I had not quite picked up on that, but okay. I kind of assumed, but... And by the way, there's like this, I forget what it's called, but and again, keeping it vague, but there's like this new big human city thing that, damn, that place is impressive. Numenor. Okay, that place is impressive. And there's a certain vision of something with that place that is terrifying and impressive.
Remember Aragon?
Oh yeah.
That's where his people are from.
Okay, cool. It's a shame that this show isn't really supposed to tie into the Peter Jackson stuff, because, I mean, at least as far as I can tell, it does. But I'm sure if you really break it down, or maybe they do something later. I've heard people say that it actually does not. It does break from the canon of those films. So
I wonder how.
I know. I don't know.
Because it's so far. It's centuries, if not millennia, before the actual events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. So.
Well, I have a feeling that for me, anyways, it's probably breaking canon in such minor details that only superfans would really maybe be. I could be wrong. But superfans would be really mad, but I could, maybe somebody like me could watch this and then jump into The Hobbit and then jump into Lord of the Rings and feel like it's all connected. You know, that's kind of cool.
Because I think the son or grandson of the estate's one of the producers or whatever on it. So.
There is family involved, yeah. Now, without getting too spoilery, there is a whole section with these elves that have to fight to try and escape a whole thing. And this is something we probably agree on complaint-wise. It's like, we're pretty sure y'all are a lot more badass than you're being right now. You know, like, elves are pretty fucking badass fighters. And there are moments when you get down to one elf, and that elf is a badass fighter. But when is like, do they lose, they negate power the more of them are together? Because...
Well, there's only X amount of power. The more of them you have, the more that power gets
Right. I mean, because honestly, in the early parts of this escape thingy, it's like, I feel like y'all would be a lot more effective and have a lot better plan in place.
Well, actually, although you have to admit, there are some moves during that scene that are pretty badass.
Yeah, there are a few, but it feels like it should all be that, and they should all be doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
But, you know...
It feels a little writer's convenience. Like, oh, well, you know, it feels like that thing where you have Superman in something and somebody doesn't really know how to write Superman, so they're like, well, he just doesn't. You know? Which actually got me thinking about, I like Man of Steel a lot, and I'm going to spoil the end, but it's like such a pop culture thing, Man of Steel, with the whole Zod at the end. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But while Superman was, could he have not just kind of like, I'm just going to stand in front of your laser eyes, so you can't get this family?
Yeah.
You know, it feels like that kind of not understanding the character writing of like, well, I need this to happen, so that's what I'm going to write to happen. Screw the fact that it really would go down more like this.
So basically, you get nerfed so plot can happen.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like so that is a critique I'm having with some of it, and but you know.
But no magically appearing and disappearing daggers this time around. I don't think.
I think
Well,
early
actually-
in episode 3 there might have been, because the guy she was with is like, I feel like it magically appeared and disappeared for him
yeah,
too, and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's a lot more painful, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
But overall, I'm by 3 and 4, I'm really enjoying it, and I am in a place where it's like, oh, I'm actually kind of excited to go watch more. Hell, maybe we'll get 2 more tonight. We would have, but I'm just, I'm so busy between the music and all that other stuff. So
So, which one of our plot lines right now is your favorite?
It's between the dwarves and the elves. But now so the elves have that elf story it's not concluded, but it's moved on to kind of being something else. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably the dwarves. Probably still the dwarf side of the story.
And I can't remember the dwarf's name.
Dwarf number 12.
Yeah. 'Cause
I can barely remember Star Wars names, and you know I love Star Wars. Don't even ask me. Could I even name? Could I still name the 4 hobbits? Frodo, Samwise, Merry, and Pip. Okay, I've got that.
Pippin, I think.
Well, sure, but he also went by Pip sometimes, right?
Maybe.
And then now I'm blanking on Frodo's grandpa though. Who I should know because he was the Hobbit. Oh,
Leonard Nimoy sung a song about him.
Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins. All right, that worked. But yeah.
But you know who Elrond is, right? Like
Yeah.
He's played by Agent Smith.
Agent Smith, Hugo Weaving.
Yes, thank you.
V for Vendetta. I think, right?
Yeah, that was him.
And other things.
But yeah, I think it's their relationship because it's like this weird, like a little odd couple sort of.
Yeah, that is kind of fun. I wonder if that's part of the breaking canon people are talking about. I don't remember how Elrond felt about dwarves or dwarves felt about Elrond. I know how people feel about L. Ron Hubbard.
No, but actually, that shouldn't be breaking canon because that doorway to get into there is
that
enter,
makes
and that's elvish, I think.
Ooh, yeah. Good on you. Sorry, that reminded me of something in the Bad Batch you haven't watched yet. All right, so I think that's good. That's way longer than I thought we would talk about it, actually.
Sidebar: I got to see the first episode of Vox Machina season 2, which is also fantasy.
That's her jam.
Yeah, and it's like, OMG, you guys are fucked. I don't know how you're getting out of this. Which is sort of the best place to start from.
Writer's convenience. I'm giving them a Mary framing.
Oh.
Yeah. There we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the vlog. All right, let's talk a little bit about Oscar nominations. And the nominees are bullshit, and more bullshit. No, I'm kidding. You know I love the Oscars. I get it. Okay, a lot of people blah 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 put more popular movies. They put popular movies in. Then people complain, oh, there's too many movies. Why are there popular movies in there? And then people complain, it's like, oh, I've only seen these 2 movies. It's like when they announce the nominations, it's one of the worst days for me because I just get so aggravated on Twitter and everything about like, oh, why wasn't this nominated? I mean, I didn't see any of those movies, but I know this was better. It's like, no, you don't know because you didn't see any of those movies, you idiot. Sorry, I'm very passionate about it, especially because I take the time to watch every single thing as best I can anyways. Usually there's like one thing that's not available in time.
Thank God he's sparing me this year.
Well, I was going to get into that. I'm making her a little deal. Especially because it is going to make it easier for me to go see everything because a lot of stuff I haven't seen is in theaters right now for a limited window and I'm not going to be able to get her out as much as I would need to. So we'll get to that. I did ask her to make sure she sees all the best picture nominations, which we'll get to because she's seen all but 3. I've seen all but 2. And one I know she's really not looking forward to, but it's also a best foreign film too. So it's like, come on. So I made her that deal, and I said, I'll spare you some of these others and just see the ones you want to see. And so we'll go through these categories quickly, some thoughts on things that we already have. So like actor in a leading role, we've seen Elvis with Austin Butler. He was great. Banshees of Inisherin, Colin Farrell was fan-fucking-tastic. Haven't seen The Whale yet. I'm definitely going to see The Whale. It's back in my theaters. I'm sparing her from The Whale because she's been dreading it so much, even though it has more than one nomination now. I don't know what After Sun is. I got to look into that for Paul Mescal.
I don't know who Paul Mescal is.
I know. And then Living is in theaters at least by next week. I don't know if it's in right now. So by the time you see this.
Might be one I might be interested.
All right. Well, I may double feature that with The Whale or something, so that way you can, swing on by. So, but of the two I've seen there, I'm going between Colin Farrell and Austin Butler. Though I think they were both great.
I'm going with Austin Butler.
Really? I think Colin Farrell's just gotten to this place where his performances are just so incredibly transformative, you forget it's Colin Farrell completely. Then again, that case can be made for Austin Butler, but then again, what do we know Austin Butler from? I know Colin Farrell from a lot of things, so subjective.
Would you believe he was Elvis?
Yeah.
That was the whole fucking point.
Yeah, but I also believe that Colin Farrell was whatever the hell his
Random Scottish guy, okay.
Whatever his name, but he was that guy though. He was completely that guy. Anyways, all right, supporting role. Brendan Gleeson for Banshees, he's fantastic. We have not seen Causeway yet for Brian Tyree Henry, which we'll look into it. We'll see if she wants to see it. Judd Hirsch in The Fabelmans, he's not really in that movie a lot. I'm trying to even remember who he was, but I know he was just briefly in it, and that's why I'm having trouble.
That wasn't the friend, was it? No, Grandpa, that was the Grandpa.
That was Grandpa, yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah. He is great, but, you know. Barry Keoghan, I cannot. Banshees of Inisherin, he was great too. But come on, Ki Hu Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's got to have that sweep. Come on. By the way, my favorite thing, and I don't tend to talk about this or joke about this, but he tweeted, because he was Data in the Goonies. He tweeted a picture of him with like his utility belt on in the Goonies when he's a kid with the little punching glove that comes out. And he says he promises he'll wear his anti-slapping device to the Oscars. And I was like, that would be so amazing if he actually wore that. Like, Will Smith ain't coming to get me. So anyways, he's got to take it. Plus, he was fucking great in that. Like, you go back and think of the drastically different versions of that character he played in that movie. Oh, that's you. No, where's your thought? Where's your thought for you?
I was just that everybody in that movie, did their job and did it well.
Yeah, more than well, but... All right, actress leading role. We have Cate Blanchett for Tar, who, even though I didn't, the movie itself is one thing, but she was phenomenal in that. Again, transformative, like Colin Farrell. So I think she might be my pick of what I've seen. Well, no, she's my second pick. Ana de Armas for Blonde, which we haven't watched yet, but that's one she does want to see.
Yeah.
I don't know To Leslie. I feel like I saw a trailer, but we'll get into that. Andrea Riseborough, we haven't seen it. Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans, she was good, but compared to some of the other people on this list, not the same. Because Michelle Yeoh, give it to Michelle Yeoh.
Girl.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh deserves it. She's deserved it for a long time.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch like Super Cop, and I just want to go back and watch all her early Jackie Chan stuff as well. Actress in a supporting role, Angela Bassett for Black Panther. She's great, but I feel like they were better.
Yeah, she was great, but I'm not sure. I think other supporting roles had more to do with it.
Yeah, she was an important part of that movie, but to me, it didn't feel anything better than what Angela Bassett always does, which is, I guess, a compliment. Hong Shao for The Whale. Haven't seen it yet.
Wasn't she the maitre d' in the menu?
Oh, was she? I don't know. I don't know her by her name, so that sounds possible. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. I feel like she was barely in that movie, so I have nothing really to judge on there. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, but Stephanie Hsu, HSU, the daughter in Everything All at Once. Listen, I love Jamie Lee. I would love Jamie Lee.
Split vote. Goddamn.
It might, but Stephanie again, much like what's his name, Ki Hu Kwan. She also had to be way different things in there, and so I think I'm going there.
Yeah, I definitely give it to her.
Yeah. Animated feature film, we've seen everything but one. Del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Turning Red, and The Sea Beast we haven't seen, but I know she's going to watch that, so we'll do a full thing there. Of those, it's probably not going to be the winner, but it should be, I'm going, surprisingly, Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots was excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to say Puss in Boots, although I have a feeling it's going to go with Del Toro's Pinocchio.
I think Del Toro's Pinocchio, yeah.
Just because it is probably the best telling of Pinocchio I've
I
ever
agree.
seen.
I agree.
Now, I'm not saying that's a justification. I'm
Right.
just thinking that's probably what a lot of people are running with.
Yeah, though I would be very fine with Marcel the Shell winning, because that movie really surprised me how much I enjoyed that and will watch that again. Although I still say Marcel the Shell is more live action than animated, and Avatar is more animated than live action. And I'm not trying to knock Avatar, because we'll get to that. Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front. We haven't seen it yet. I'm excited. That's one she's hating to watch, but she's gonna do for me.
War movies.
That's fair, but it has so many nominations and it is a Best Picture. So, know nothing about Bardo, The False Chronicles of a Handful of Truth. Elvis was beautiful. Empire of Light, I really want to see. I have a feeling that's gonna be. It's already out of theaters, and I don't think it's hitting home.
I have no idea what that's about.
I can't really tell you. I just know I want to see it, and because I think it's about filmmaking, and I think that's going to be like that one that I have every year that I don't have an opportunity to see. It'll come out on Blu-ray like the week after the Oscars. It'll be that fucker. There's always one, and then Tar.
I don't remember. Tar doesn't stick out for me.
I feel like it has some really good framing. I feel like I did talk about the cinematography in that after we watched it, thinking there were some really interesting framing choices. Unless I'm equating it with a different movie, but
Yeah, but the thing is, again, something like Elvis.
yeah.
Baz Luhrmann.
I know.
Does his
Well, he wasn't the cinematographer, but
Yeah.
I know what you
but
mean, though.
He knows what he wants
Yeah.
out of his.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take forever.
Okay, fine.
No, we're fine. I said that, and then I realized we get some of these categories that'll go a lot faster. Costume design, Babylon. That was pretty great. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. There's your winner.
Yeah.
Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Even though I would like it to sweep, Black Panther always has the best costume design.
Yeah.
And we have not yet seen Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, but I know we want to. So that's probably one she will watch with me because she wants to see it.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, Black Panther, man.
Yeah, and we have seen 4 out of 5 there. So, directing, Banshees of Inisherin for Martin McDonagh. Everything Everywhere All at Once for the Daniels. That's my fucking vote for sure. Especially when you know how they made that movie and what shoestring they made it on. And it just drives me nuts, man. The Fabelmans for Spielberg. They're gonna give it to him. He hasn't had an Oscar in a long time. It just feels like, because it happened at the Golden Globes, it feels like he's getting it, unfortunately. I mean, he's a wonderful filmmaker. I just think he's had more worthy efforts than this one. Not that it's bad, but Tar for Todd Field and Triangle of Sadness for Ruben Ostlund. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he got it. He's probably my second choice, honestly. And then Martin McDonagh, and then Tar, and then Spielberg's at the bottom of those 5. Sorry, I love Spielberg.
Yeah, if it's anything other than Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'll take Triangle of Sadness.
Because that movie was a real surprise how much we love that. Documentary, we haven't seen any of these yet, so I don't know if she'll see any or what, but All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, I think I wanted to see. That was about the volcano people.
Oh, okay.
A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. So I haven't gotten to any of those yet.
Yeah,
I will get to what I can. Right. Documentary short film. I'm not going to do the shorts because we will watch all the shorts. I mean, she'll watch the animated and live action. I don't know about the documentary shorts, but I haven't seen any of those. I will skim through the animated and other when we get there, see if we have seen any. Film and editing. The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Come on. Tar and Top Gun Maverick.
Everything.
All solid choices, but come on, we have been team Everything Everywhere All at Once since we saw it like in February. That's how strong it is. We have never forgotten that film. International feature film, we are very behind on this. Oh, so we will see All Quiet on the Western Front. I'll see everything. You might watch Argentina 1985 because it did win the Golden Globe. I don't know what close.
Fucked over RRR. Fuck them.
Well, no. Well, okay, in the Oscars, I found out something. I'll tell you here in just a second. Close, EO, and The Quiet Girl, haven't seen them. We'll see them. RRR apparently did not even submit for Best Foreign Film, Best International Film, so they weren't eligible to get nominated. So they fucked themselves, apparently.
Damn it, RRR.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Makeup and hairstyling, All Quiet on the Western Front. The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. So we have not seen All Quiet or The Whale. But, you know, I mean, it feels like Black Panther and Elvis because Elvis' hair. But I think about the Batman, and I think about the transformation of Colin Farrell. Plus young Bruce Wayne hair, plus Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman, just everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, ooh. I could go for the Batman there, but I'd be all right with Black Panther or Elvis, having not seen the other two yet.
Well, I feel like I mean, I know that hair and makeup's important, but I feel like in Black Panther, the costuming does a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I don't remember much in the way of hair and makeup in there, like standing
like
up, but
all
the costumes,
Atlanteans, you know, turning blue when they go on land, and
well, that has nothing to do with hair and makeup or costumes, but
if it's all, I don't know if it's all CGI or if it's practical. Or
no, that's probably CG. I don't know, it could be makeup, I guess, but
I don't know.
Anyway, all right, moving on. Original score, All Quiet on the Western Front. Haven't seen it yet. Babylon has amazing music.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be actually my choice. Banshees of Inisherin was pretty good. Everything Everywhere All at Once, though, is right up there. And The Fabelmans with John Williams. But again, John Williams, same thing with Spielberg. I feel like I've heard much better from him. It's really good. It's really great. I'm not knocking it. But is it some of his best work? Not
I'm
really.
gonna abstain because I can't think of the score of any of them. You know, I can't hear any of the music in my head.
That's fair, but with Everything Everywhere All at Once, it was really more the way it made me feel. Because again, it was very, you know what? Actually, I was leaning towards Babylon because it's very jazzy and like spastic and just wonderful. I think I'm supposed to be not using that word anymore. I'm sorry. Well, spastic is spastic. Sorry, you can tell me. You know, I can take a word out of my vocabulary if it's gonna make people happier. I'm not a big baby about any of that. I have plenty of other words.
You're not supposed to call people a spaz.
Well, you're not, like spazzing out I used to do a lot, and it's like, I guess I'm not, I mean, I don't know that I agree with it, but at the same time, I'm not the one that gets to make that decision, and you know what, it's just easier to say, I've got a big vocabulary, I'll use different words. Anyways, so it is between Everything Everywhere All at Once and Babylon for me. I think I am going Everything Everywhere All at Once, because I remember being like, I need that score, and then I realized it was the Daniels and Swiss Army Man, which was my favorite score, and I was like, yeah. So, but Babylon would be a good second. Don't care about the original song. Just give it to Natu Natu. So RRR could be an Oscar-winning movie.
Oh, yeah.
But I never care about original song. I think that's just a really weird category every year. Okay, we'll come back to Best Picture. Let's do the others. Production design, All Quiet on the Western Front. Haven't seen it. Avatar, up there. Babylon's great. Elvis is great. Fabelmans is great. Production design, Avatar.
Yeah.
Just everything in that movie is designed and beautifully and feels realistic. I'm going Avatar.
Yeah.
Short film animated, I don't think we've seen any of those. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, or The Flying Sailor, Ice Merchants, My Year of Dicks. An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. Haven't seen any of them. Short film live action, haven't seen any of these either. An Irish Goodbye, Ivalu, Les Pupils, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. We'll get to them. Sound, All Quiet on the Western Front. I have a feeling that's a contender. Avatar was just great. The Batman is my pick. Elvis and Top Gun. And you know why I'm choosing the Batman here? The fucking Batmobile. It was that when it first revs, it is fucking terrifying. Like, it is a monster. And I love that. And there's so much other good sound design in there, but that one fucking moment of sound design is possibly the best moment of sound design this entire year. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that one.
Not really.
Okay. Visual effects, All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar, hands down. The Batman, Black Panther, Top Gun Maverick. If you know anything about visual effects, you know the absolute insane strides they made with Avatar. And to think that movie is like 98% all CG, it doesn't feel it, at least not the way we saw it. We saw it in IMAX 3D, so I've heard varying reports. If you don't see it in IMAX, if you see it with a high frame rate, so I don't know, but in our experience, we had IMAX 3D. I don't think we had high frame rate or variable frame rate, but it looked absolutely stunningly real. And even just like the water collision and like the way leather straps they're tying around their hands get wet, that shit is insanely complicated.
That was actually practical. I just read an article on it.
No.
Yes.
No.
The guy, they interviewed one of the guys who was responsible for making that scene. And they said it was, they had a practical.
Where did you read this? Who wrote it? Verify your sources, because that's bullshit. It was not practical.
Okay, fine, don't believe me.
They didn't shoot anything in real water, except like maybe actors underwater occasionally in mocap suits, but even that wasn't real water. The whole fucking thing was done in a warehouse. I don't know, you gotta vet your sources. You can't just say, oh, something I read somewhere said this guy said he did that, and it's not true. I watched visual effects professionals break that scene down.
Okay, fine.
Tell us in the comments. Maybe you know the article she's talking about. Maybe I'm wrong. I highly doubt it.
Just read. You want me to go find it on my phone?
No, because this is already fucking 16 minutes and we're still going. But I'm telling you.
Just go.
I'm telling you. That was... Anyways. Even if that's not the case, there was all kinds of other leather straps and water and hair and water.
Yeah, but there's the one scene in particular you're thinking of.
That's like in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no fucking way that was realistically done. That had to be CG just like everything else. I highly doubt it.
The hand and the strap was real. Everything else was CGI.
That seems ridiculously overly complicated, and it's easier to do it CGI. Anyways.
Anyway, just
I don't believe that for a second. I could be wrong.
Okay, fine. Don't believe it. Carry on.
Adapted screenplay, All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, Living, haven't seen it, Top Gun. Top Gun was in a... Hold on, I want to come back to that. And Women Talking, haven't seen Women Talking yet. We will. It's a Best Picture nominee. Glass Onion. Come on, genius fucking script. But it's funny to me they call Top Gun Maverick an adapted screenplay. Are they taking a knock at it because it's kind of just a remake of the first movie, mostly?
I don't know if they're allowed to do that.
I know, because like...
Unless somebody...
Interesting.
Wait, somebody may have written a novelized sequel to the movie, and then they adapted that.
That seems unlikely. I gotta look into that. That's weird. I hadn't picked up on that. Original screenplay, Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Genius fucking script, but they'll give it to Banshees. Fabelmans, Tar, Triangle of Sadness, very close second.
Oh,
for
they'll
me.
give it to fucking Fabelmans.
Yeah, probably.
Just to piss us off.
Or Banshees, because it might be a split vote. It might be an Everything and Banshees split vote, and then Fabelmans gets it. That might be why Spielberg gets his director Oscar. It may be a similar thing. All right, so Best Picture. Scrolling back up. Okay, it's a really strong group this year. Now, we still haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar: The Way of Water, I don't think it'll win, but but it belongs here, and I'm going to rant about that in a minute. The Banshees of Inisherin, it was great. It deserves a nomination. I don't think it's the winner. Elvis, great. Everything Everywhere All at Once, come on. It is the best movie of the year, by far. The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun, it does belong here. Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking, we haven't seen yet. These are some great fucking movies. And Mary hasn't seen Top Gun.
No.
So real quick, let me get this out of the way then. The reason Top Gun belongs here, at least in my opinion, the filmmaking itself revolutionized fighter plane movies. I think for the most part, most of us are never going to be able to watch another fighter pilot movie again and feel a realistic immersion, because this just upped the ante so fucking much. And I mean, it is an experience, especially if you got to see it in IMAX, especially if you weren't Ralph Garman, who's shitting on it because he decided to watch it on a plane where they're probably cutting shit out of it anyways, because you can't show like plane crashes on a plane. But it was a goddamn experience.
There's people that go like, let me watch a flying movie while I'm flying.
I don't have a problem with that, but I don't know if they still do, but they used to cut like plane crashes out of movies. They wouldn't let you see that while you're on a plane. And since there's a lot of plane carnage in this movie, I would assume. And then the reason Avatar, a lot of people are like, oh, they're just going to the popular. Avatar is an expertly made film. It is the truest of filmmaking and of its purpose, and done incredibly well by the always incredible James Cameron. You may be mad at him because he makes so much money. You may be mad at him because he's so egotistical. It's really just confidence, and he doesn't give a shit. He's very punk rock. But the thing about Avatar is, if you went in and you weren't just trying to shit on it from the second because you were mad you had to be there and you just wanted to go for the ride, it does what great filmmaking does. It transports you to somewhere that doesn't exist, where you could never actually go, makes it feel real, and captivates you the entire time you're there. And that did that for us in spades.
Yeah, I said, if they want to make extra bank on the side, they just need to take all their digital assets and make their version of
Planet Earth. Yeah.
As like a docu-series.
Because I know some people complain about, oh, you could have cut half an hour out because just people oohing and awing at the place, but so were we. We were mesmerized. It was magical. We were transported to a land that doesn't exist, and it felt entirely real. And I love that. And I mean, I never felt any of that runtime. Even with all the water, I thought I'd have to go pee or something, but no. So kudos. I mean, shit, there's a reason that thing has crossed $2 billion, and it ain't just the IMAX ticket prices.
Yeah.
Hell, we want to see it again multiple times. But
we need to get back out there.
However, I still think, I know. I still think Everything Everywhere All at Once, hands down my favorite. But I'm not going to be mad if Avatar wins. I'm not going to be mad if Triangle of Sadness wins, because that caught me by so much surprise, and I'm telling you, that movie, it is a wild ride.
Especially the middle.
Yeah.
Act 2.
Yeah, my God. I would be surprised if Tar takes it. I'm gonna be bummed when the Fablemans gets it. I'm not gonna be mad if Elvis gets it, because I really, but I'm a Baz Luhrmann guy, so. And then again, haven't seen Women Talking or All Quiet on the Western Front yet, so.
Oh, the other reason why they may have Elvis may have gotten the nod for hair and makeup is the Colonel.
It's true, he did look good. A lot of people argue about Tom Hanks.
I personally didn't care for it.
I liked him. In it, but great art is divisive.
Yeah.
Now, what was the thing? One last thing, and then we'll wrap this up. But The Blonde, it's interesting that Ana de Armas got an Oscar nomination for being in The Blonde, but apparently also got a Razzie nomination for it. And I'm personally team fuck the Razzies. I don't want to celebrate shitting on things. I think there's too much of that already in the world. So even before they nominated a 12-year-old actor for a Razzie this year, which is causing some uproar, like even the people that love that shit are like, maybe not fuck with a 12-year-old.
What was
the girl from Firestarter?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, it was not a good movie, which is why I don't talk about it a lot, because I would rather spend my life talking about things I like. If I don't like something, I'll try to find something positive to say, or I just won't say anything at all. But I think that's interesting that Ana de Armas has basically been nominated for the same performance as being the best performance and the worst performance. So, but that's my thoughts on the nominations. Her thoughts. That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be watching a bunch of these movies over the next 3-4 weeks, whatever it is, till the Oscars. Likely still live streaming the Oscars. I don't know if we'll make it as fancy as normal. We'll see. Because again, I only do things if I want to do them. If it's going to be a big pain in the ass and distract from my music, I'm not going to do it. But I do still, even if we weren't streaming the Oscars, I still love watching everything. Because again, things like Triangle of Sadness, never would have paid attention to that until it got nominated for an award. And then I was like, oh, this movie was great. So. And I think that's the best way to do award shows. I still recommend this. Like, if you've got the time and the ability, watch as much, if not everything you can that's nominated. And it makes it so much more interesting, because then you're not there for all the bullshit sketches and all that. It really is about the art.
Some of us enjoy the bullshit sketches.
Well, go watch a sketch show. I'm here to celebrate movies. The art of filmmaking. Okay, you got anything else to say right now?
No.
Good.
Go back to reading my bullshit.
Shut up, Mary. Go back
CGI.
Go back to read your bullshit lying articles. Who wrote it? Elon Musk. No, who wrote it? No, I better not. We don't do politics on this channel. But I think if you, regardless of what side of anything you're on, I think you know who I'm referencing, because I think all sides are like, this motherfucker. But we won't go there. Okay. I got more to show you. All right, so let's do a bit of a music update, and then I'll show you a thing or two. So basically, as we've talked about, I wanted to take time with lyrics, and I have been working on that. I still got one major song that I'm hoping to get time to work on tonight. We'll see. So I still don't quite have an updated release window yet for the new EP, but approximately mid-February, I'm re-releasing an old EP. I mean, you can kind of hear you can hear it on Spotify, on SoundCloud right now, unless I've already taken it down. But there was one of my favorite early EPs from 2003. It's called 6, and there's like these 25 demos I did, and I finished 7 of them. My Patreon peeps know all about this, but 6 of them were great, and I put it out in 2003, and I got a lot of great feedback at the time. And I just love that. And I thought, I'd like to have those in my Spotify catalog and everything. So I'm going to actually be doing what turns out, because I didn't realize this until just the other day, the 20th anniversary edition of 6. And I just started this. Timing, man. So you got to wait on me. I got to do this whole stuff now. Okay, anyways. So thinking mid-February release. I'm trying to time it with the Joe Bob Valentine special, which they haven't announced the date for yet. But I'm pretty much done with it. I did a really nice remaster on the songs and brought some new clarity and volume to it. And so it's going to be 6 songs, and I'm going to sell it fairly cheap. And I'm working the artwork right now and everything, and I'm really excited about it because they really are 6 strong songs. So that way we can have those in all the streaming sites as well. And of course, you can just stream it for free or whatever, or you can go buy a download or whatever. Or if you're one of the lucky people, and I'm probably going to sell some through Amazon, looks like we are going to do, at least initially, a 100 CD run. on it. We're gonna print 100 CDs for physical people. Obviously, I'm keeping a handful. Dad wants to keep a handful. Probably, I might, you know, there's some things I might do. Maybe, no promises. My Patreon peeps get some. Want to save some for the Jamboree, maybe. Of course, I can always repress it and I'll just make the art slightly different. It's kind of the plan, because this literally says like limited edition, first run, 100 copies, you know, so. But I'm really excited about that. And again, that'll put a little more into my library of the good stuff. Now, the nice thing about the CDs is there's actually 3 bonus tracks on there. There is the one finished and unreleased song from those demos. And then I got a couple other things. Like if you have my What I Know Right Now album, I think I'm gonna put out the 2001 version of Today. You know, there's a newer version on the What I Know Right Now. So that'll be kind of cool. And then like kind of a little surprise. We'll figure all that out. So that's gonna be nice. And I'm starting tonight, hopefully, to work on the actual art for the upcoming EP, which is gonna be the same thing. We're gonna press like 100 of them. We'll see what happens. You know, if we sell out and if there's a demand, I'll press some more. I just like having physical versions myself. And I've heard from a lot of people that they want physical versions. I've also figured out how to do digital download codes, so we may work some of that stuff out as well. So I'm excited about all that. Now, the other things I can tell you, because it has been very productive, as I am basically, other than one song away, I'm ready to record real lyrics, the real vocals, for the new EP. So hopefully I'm starting on that tomorrow. But I've already demoed 3 more songs, which are supposed to go on the next EP. And one of them is like brand new. And it's awesome. Except I did kind of a structural take, and now I know how I want to move around the verse, chorus progression in it. So I'm gonna do a new version of that maybe tonight, and then I might demo another one, because the only problem I have with the next 3 that were supposed to be part of a 4-song EP is I love them, and I listened to them, and as I'm listening, I'm like, they don't sound the same, but there's something same-ish about them. And after a few listen through, I realized, oh my God, every one of these songs is in the same key. I was like, oh, so if you don't know, like typically when you're putting together a collection of songs, you can have 2 songs be the same key, run together or whatever, but you don't want the whole thing in the same key. It just feels like it's one big medley or something. So you know, so I gotta change up what song's going on what EP at this point. But that's fine, because again, the newer writing, I'm trying to get some of this stuff done ahead of time so I can spend more time on the lyrics without delaying the albums coming out. So, you know, but anyways, I'm very excited about it. And this one new song, I swear, it would work really, really well as like the closing credits song of like a romantic comedy. You know, it's essentially about finally got that girl, you know, like I got the girl kind of thing. So it's really catchy too. It's running through my head right now. And then the other 2 are like some unreleased, unfinished classics from that 2014 album that are just amazing. And very, very excited for all of it. So, and I'm working on all the art for all that. So, I mean, there's a lot in motion. And I mean, I can't believe I've already got EPs already planned through the rest of next year as well. And then, did I tell y'all the other day? No, I said this on social media. I didn't tell you here. This is how prolific I am, apparently, of a songwriter. I was talking to Mary the other day that there's at least 3 full albums just lost to time in my youth, because some of my early works, there was no digital anything. You know, it's all analog, and I was on 1/2-inch reel-to-reel 16-track tape, and you know, I would master down to a cassette tape at best, and there's a few things that lost forever because, you know, reel-to-reel tape was expensive, so when you were done with it, you recorded over it, reused it, so it didn't have the original stems, and then some of those cassette tapes just gone, lost to time. The crazy thing is I was looking for my original files for those songs from 6, the anniversary edition coming up, and what I ended up finding was an entire 20-song demo from about 2008 I had just completely forgot existed. And it's not like it's bad. I started listening to it. It's like it's kind of just guitar-based drum demos, but I started playing some of these songs, just skipping through them, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this was how this was gonna go. I was gonna sing this, and this is what some of the words were, and I was like, goddamn. So what a pleasant surprise. It's like, oh, I just discovered another 20 songs that I had forgotten, and there's some really great ones on there, so I'm so thrilled about it. So the other things I'll tell you real quick here too is I have this little concept thing going on. I don't want to give away too much about it, but on the upcoming new EP, I did like 3 full songs, and then I thought it was just gonna be 3 songs, but I realized I needed this transitional piece. And so we've talked about this, that's why I did the ukulele. Conceptually, I might expand upon that on the next 2 EPs, and like I'm thinking the middle one, I might do something banjo related. And I got my banjo over, and you can tell those strings haven't been changed since I bought that banjo 10 years ago. So I'm gonna have to do that. Also brought my violin back over. Also, strings haven't been changed. I gotta really upkeep that thing, but I can still play it apparently. But Jesus Christ, you know how much violin strings cost? It's like $50 for a pair of violin strings. That's crazy. I guess, I don't know, but I gotta do it. And then I have a theory that for the third part of this, I wanna do a steel lap slide guitar, which I don't have. So that might be the only other guitar I buy this year, because, you know, we talked about the orange Gretsch. And there was this other Gretsch over there that I really loved, and well, yeah, so I got another guitar. Now, this is probably the cheapest guitar I've ever bought. Not terribly a guitar snob necessarily. And then Dad found this strap, which is pretty dope for it. So, excited about that. I got some other cool straps too. Did I show you the alien one? No, the alien one's the other new one. So, I also got this bad boy. But, yeah, so there's my old Deering Good Time banjo. But anyway, so this is one of the lower quality Gretches, but it feels good, it plays good, it sounds good, so I'm good with it. It was on sale for like $2.99. I'm not sure I've ever owned a guitar under $500, except for my original very first guitar that I don't tend to count. It was like a Sears guitar. And that's fine, everybody starts somewhere. But this is just one of those, it called to me, and I thought about it for days and days and days, and I've already been using it and recording and writing and inspired stuff, so I'm very, very excited about it. So, this is my other new baby. So this is not Electromatic quality, this is the level below it. This is their base quality level, but it's still really good. And then I found out why I'm loving Gretsch more and more lately is because Fender bought them. I was like, well, that makes sense. So anyways, that's kind of fun. And then just since I'm right here, for those that are curious, sorry, I have way too many guitars in my room right now. I've got to go do some trailer reactions, so I had to move guitars out of the studio. We've got to get this on. I need time to clean. But that's my violin. But, you know, it's out of tune and old and all that, so. And I got to wax up the bow or whatever it's called. Got a little waxy thing in there. But, yeah, so lots of cool stuff coming. And I think that's enough for the music update.
Oh, wait. Ah, careful with the... Okay, I can't get it from show you all. You wanna play with it? Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. Mary wants to taste test for you, but hold on. We're gonna have a little fun. Hold on, Daddy needs to switch hands. And we can, whoop. There we go. Ah, ah. Oh, he got you. You got it, okay. Mary.
Hello.
Hello.
So, this is one of my Christmas presents.
Ooh, from a very semi-handsome man.
But,
who's very talented
so,
musically.
I've had Bailey's before, haven't had this before.
Cracking that seal, girl. I mean, this is all her right now, because I'm still in wine country.
So.
I was filming your face, didn't you? She's lying, y'all. It's magic. She just put chalky milk in there.
I can't say it tastes like a s'more. It tastes like Bailey's, mostly. With a little bit of chocolate. I can't say I taste anything that resembles graham cracker or marshmallow.
Okay.
But you know what? It should be just fine to mix into my hot chocolate here.
Hi, Chucky.
Oh, you're just using the rest of the shot. I figured.
Well, actually, I'm probably gonna add more.
I was gonna say, because you got higher tolerance than that.
Gotta have room for the giant marshmallow.
Ex-bartender. Also, we had amazing Peruvian food and we're all full, so. And I got a new guitar, it's probably in the vlog.
So,
Marshmallow.
we're gonna try this.
Yeah, this is the other part of the taste test.
That's pretty good. Now I'll show you if you're wondering what kind of hot chocolate this is. Private selection double cocoa from Kroger.
What's the cacao percentage?
Fuck, I know. Made with Belgian chocolate though.
Belgian. It's French for bubblegum.
Also, I'm going to say I looked at the, there's actually a nutrition label on the Baileys here, which is unusual for liqueur. But 2.5 ounces is a serving, and that is a whopping 232 calories. So, you have been warned.
Wait. I Evil Dead that shit. More Lord of the Rings. Okay, there's the vlog. I figured that Mary section, which I'm glad she filmed for me, would suffice as the cocktail. It's 12:30. I want to get this stuff done so I can get creative work going. Almost edited the vlog except putting this in there and dealing with the music bed. But then I gotta edit a few trailers, but whatever. Alright, so thank you everybody. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you're digging it. Hopefully you're checking out my music. Spotify particularly, but anywhere you want to listen, Eric Butts, try some stuff, follow, playlist, like, all that stuff. I love it. I'm gonna go make some new music in a minute. Hopefully, if I can get my computer untied up reasonably early. Probably not. I'm probably fucked on that tonight. Yeah, it's 12:30. See, this is the part that I don't like. Is that it's not the editing, it's not the filming, all that stuff. I've gotten that down to where it doesn't take me that long, but it's all the rendering, exporting, uploading that ties up my shit, which reminds me, I need to upload Thursday's video because I never got. Thank you, everybody. Comment below, what do you think? Do you like my music? Do you like any particular songs? Are you excited about the new stuff? You're gonna check some stuff out when it comes out? Let me know. Geek out with me in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give me that good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And of course, as always, remember, we will get through this. We will get through this together. Can't wait to start clearing this stuff out and bringing in all my guitars in a more easy. I want to make this place more a music space, less a gaming. Honestly, we don't really use this setup. I know it's gonna break some hearts, and some people are gonna be like, yeah, I want that. Why are you? But a lot of this might go in storage for a while. I could use this space for amps and stuff. We'll see. This was always supposed to be more of a music place anyways. I mean, listen, those will stay because we're still playing games on those things and the Switch and stuff, you know, but anyways, sorry, but not sorry because it's making me happy, so I can't be that sorry about it. I do feel bad if you're starting to lose things that you loved here, but I gotta make my life happy. Not that it was unhappy, but it could be happier. So, as happy as it was. All right, comment below. Can't wait. Okay, check me out. Linktree.com, EricButts, or EricButts.com whenever it's up. And get ready for the new music, man. And non-man. It's late. I've been drinking. Murderville Christmas special was... We randomly chose that to watch tonight. It was a perfect choice. I still gotta take the trash out. Oh god, those burgers look so good. Quick thought, I have those patties left over. I kind of want to shove some more of that mushroom and onion mixture between them, cover them in Swiss, and put those between some white bread and grill that up like a Swiss patty melt. Could be pretty dope. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm going to get out of here so I can go do some more stuff and get creative again. Till then, keep fucking rocking, and let's kick some ass, Seabass. All right, bye. Love you.